Welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna start doing these more often. I just am using a different setup today that's much easier to record. Today is about keeping your peace. In the past few years, I've been living by myself, and I have met so many people in my life. So many that I can't even count. Like, through work, through business, through relationships, and I have found that people can drain you, right? Being in a positive circle of people is really key. And apologies if my English is just not completely clear, but you can understand me. Being in a, like being in a, having positive people around you is key. Like, to the point where you don't have to hang out with people that are draining you, because if you just find like 3 friends that are positive, you really don't need a lot more. I mean, who has time to meet 20 people in a month? I certainly can't find a time. And the best thing to do really is pick your friends and maybe spend a year of your life meeting people in your free time and find the people that really uplift you. Because a lesson that I learned when I was, I'd say between 27 and 28, I learned that being with the right people is so important in your life. And a lot of the times people have friends around them that are continuously draining them, and they're thinking to themselves, why are they not happy? Like, why are they stressed? Why are they depressed? I learned a long time about what's called emotional vampires, but you don't really think about it, but they exist. I think about 10 years ago, I remember I spoke to my brother. My brother told me about this, that one of his friends was like this, an emotional vampire. So you go out with them, and you feel drained after. And there's nothing really that they're doing on purpose to make you feel this way, but their whole personality is like this. So if you do something good, they try to find judgment. If you do something bad, they judge you for it for ages. I mean, a lot of the people and sometimes that I work with as well are like this. So you like, with certain people you have meetings and you feel uplifted and you feel energetic and you feel great, but with certain people you have meetings, you feel drained. And it's not because the meeting was hard, it's because the person is just making you feel drained. You just don't like being around them. And of course, that's because that's business. It doesn't really matter too much. But what matters is like when you have friends around you that you really share a lot with them, and all they do are judging you. Even if that's your family, you have to really pick the people that you spend a lot of time with. Even if it's your family, I wouldn't even do it. But not I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't really I just can't, it just distracted me here a little bit. Like, I wouldn't spend too much time with people that are draining me. I do the same thing sometimes with my family. I mean, a long time ago, last year, I told everyone in my close family that I'm not gonna celebrate Christmas anymore with all the distant people, all the distant aunts and uncles and all of them, because they just depress me. You know, I'm celebrating one of the best holidays for a Christian, and you're celebrating it with the people that you don't want to be with, or you see once every 2 years. So, and they drain you. So it's like, what's the point of celebrating like this? What's the point of having these experiences that drain you? And that's why it's so important. Let's see if it's recording. that's why it's so important that we pick the friends that we're around, because and the people that we're around, and we really make rational decisions on whether you want to meet a person or not. Don't be nice about this. If you can know from your gut feeling when you're with someone. You can know from your gut feeling if these people are right for you, whether that's a relationship, whether that's a friendship, whether that's somebody whether that's somebody that you've met and you're just trying to catch up more. I mean, I used to have a friend that I don't go out with anymore because I realized, I'm not gonna say his name, but I realized that this person is just too negative, and negative in a way that just fake, not finding time for you, trying to make you chase, for like a quick meeting, and like the best thing to do in this way is just stay a man, or stay a strong woman, and just like don't let these people dictate like what you do and how you feel. And you just don't text them anymore, you don't call them anymore, and that's it, and it's done deal. And you'll be surprised how these people will start coming back to you. Imagine all the negative people that made you feel like shit in your life. Imagine all the negative people. When you become successful, when you become happy, what happens is these same people start popping out of their shells and start contacting you again. And this is the point where you realize how fake they were. It's like a thing where they only see you when you are super successful. They only see you when you're happy with yourself. That's when they come. But they don't come when you're in a tough situation, or when you're just normal with them. It's like, that's why you gotta keep up always with the best people around you. And like sometimes it's very hard, right? So we all grow up and we all go different ways sometimes, and it's very hard sometimes to say no to your best friend that you've been going out with, that you've known since 5th grade, since 6th grade. It's very hard, and you don't have to say no, you just have to really limit the contact. Say that you're busy or something. Sometimes you have to even lie, like sometimes you have to say just busy or stuff, like, because if you say to them, hey man, you're making me feel a certain way, they're just gonna get offended. So if you've seen this so many times in your life, where when you are with this person it makes you feel like shit, especially for women as well. Like I know a lot of women relationships that they're not like men. Men are more straightforward with each other. Women is just like you go out and you feel you have the best friends ever, and it's like they sleep with your boyfriend or something, or they sleep with a friend of yours, like for no reason apparently, just so. And guys are not really like that. If you really have a best friend, they're truthful to you. But right, so these are kind of the qualities that I look at, like honesty, loyalty, appreciation, kindness. These are the type of things that I'm looking for when I'm around people. And I try to have this best group of people around me that can inspire me, motivate me. Like even if that's in business as well, like find the right people around you. Right now I just have one friend. I really have nobody, because in 2021, 2022, when I was 28, that's what I learned when I was 28. I learned this big lesson, that I should pick up the people that I am around with. And I really, while I was journaling, like I even went to the US in the summer, and I saw so many friends that I thought I had, and I crossed out because I thought these people are not right for me. And when I consulted with one of my best friend right now, he said that the same thing as me. He said, why are you even bothering with these people? You met them like 7 years ago. Y'all are different people right now. And I said, yeah. He said you've grown so much that you just can't really go to like be around people that are not good fit for you. And he was right. I realized that these people are really, I have nothing in common anymore with them. And it's like things change, in life. Like things change, and you just become more just a different person. And when you're a different person, the same people that you hung around with when they were in a negative situation, or you were like you were also a part of it, and kind of when you escape that, you feel like how different you were and how much better it is to be alone than to be with them, because you're not happy. And it's a very strange thing. It's a very strange thing in life that, you have friends and you feel like these friends are like your besties and like your blood, your brothers, your sisters, and you feel like these people are so close to you, but you have this doubt in you and this guilt of like crossing the connection, right? Crossing them off. And I learned this a lot, like at 28. I think at 18 I did the same thing, and at 28 I did the same thing. Now I crossed over so many people that I don't want to have anything to do with them anymore, because they're not good people. Like they're really not good people. Like there's no, and the way I found out about this is by being around positive people. And then you learn how terrible your situation was at the time, and then you will learn why you have been feeling bad, when you've been like feeling rough, why you've been like why you've been complaining around, because everything around you determines your environment and determines how you feel, because that's what people around you project to you, and that's how you feel. If you go in a group of friends that's complains all the time and gossips all the time, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna get into the gossip and the complaining too, because your network is like this. But imagine you're with friends that are like successful, that have families, that have kids, that have good places to live, that are happy and have good jobs or businesses, and they're just very like entrepreneurial, and they motivate you and all that. And you get into a network that is positive, and you get into a network that's like is going to improve your life. And it's very, very important. It's very important, because it's everything. It really is everything. People sometimes don't make the right choice with relationships and with like even marriages. They get into a marriage or relationship, and they think that's gonna help them not to be lonely, instead of thinking about how like this person is going to build them up, improve them, and also they're gonna improve the person that they're with, because that's what it's about. And it's a very, very interesting, like I see this a lot with people around me. It's like they're in a relationship they don't want to be, they're in friendships they don't want to be, they complain about friend to friend all the time. And really the best thing to do is evaluate it, like sit down and like write it in a diary. Like I started writing in a diary a year ago, and I love it. Like really write it down, but don't write it down once. Write it down like throughout a month. You think about these people, how they made you feel, and meet them up 4 or 5 times during the day, during some nights, something, just go out with them and see, then write in your diary and just write exactly how you felt when you met them. And it's gonna really tell you everything. And then when you look back into it and say, wow, that's true, it made me feel like shit and I shouldn't be around these people. And then you should just really ignore them, and that's it. Whatever they say behind your back, whatever they say, oh, Dylan is being this, Dylan is being that, doesn't matter. The thing that matters the most is your peace. And going back into what I said in the beginning, how you have to look for your peace. This is the most important thing. Whether you're at work, avoid meetings, avoid people that drain you. Whether you're in your personal life, avoid people that drain you. Avoid conversations that drain you as well. Don't start conversations that are going to drain you. Like don't start conversations that are going to make you feel sad. There's no reason to do it. It's like don't start arguments. Don't start don't make your mind like race and like be angry about something, because there's no point. Like I remember like I used to start conversations that are negative, and then I realized why I was angry, because when you start a conversation about a struggle with somebody or something like that, they also tell you their struggle, and then you end up in this negative spot where you have to talk only about the problems and not about the solutions, and then you end up complaining. Then your peace is ruined. So what I realized how productive and why peace is important, right? You're very you could be extremely productive when you're peaceful. And I always I always look at people that don't have like any mental issues or anything like that, or that they're just very like calm with themselves. And I see this in, it's like they can really focus on only one thing at a time. They don't have distractions. And the reason why they don't have distractions is because they have their peace. And being, whether that's being in a new place, being in a new house, being around calm people, it's like it really changes your life. That's why people change jobs and things, because they're like stressed out in one job, but they want to change it to another. And it's like, because that's gonna give them the peace and they're gonna be focused. Like I remember a lot of times when I changed jobs, I was like, wow, this is so great for me. And it's like I feel happier. And it's like, it's key, because when you feel at peace and remove all the negative people and all the negative things and the environment around you, you realize how much you can do. Like today I've done so much work. Yesterday I've done so much work. I have 2 videos to film this week for my main YouTube channel. I'm gonna film them because I love that, and I have the time to do it, and I am focused on this, and I'm just nothing can really break it. And it's like it's interesting when you have peace. And that's why I encourage everyone always, learn to ignore negative situations, first thing. And second is like keep around the groups around, keep a good friend group around you, to make sure you stay calm and you stay positive. Even if you're not positive, even if you're just calm, it's much better than being angry and complaining and negative. So I'm gonna leave you with this, and with this view right here in front of my place, which I got recently. I'm very happy with it. It's very peaceful. It's very nice. And I hope everyone a good day or a good evening whenever you're watching this video. I'm gonna head home. It's about 10 p.m. right now, and I'm gonna go to sleep straight away and take a shower and relax. Hope y'all are having a good day.